Yo, salute, salute, salute. We're gonna give it a few minutes for a few people to get in here. It's a live, so some of y'all, if you're watching the replay of this, you might be better off just fast forwarding a few minutes. What the fuck? I need something to hold this up. If you're watching the replay, you might want to fast forward a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Salute, tatted. Oh man, yo, for real. I'm just being real. I was hesitating to even speak on the whole situation, but then I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna speak on it. Hold on, I'm trying to get this fucking. Yeah, Visual. Salute, my brother. Yeah, I just had to give. I felt I had to give my opinion on this because I'm seeing some of the reaction online to the situation, and um, uh, like I said, if you watching the replay of this, just skip like maybe 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just give people enough time to get into the room. That's all it is. I want to be clear about something, even though people aren't gonna believe me. Um, truth. I don't take no pride or pleasure into going at this dude like in any way. It's deserved though. It's deserved though, and I don't know. Got my beer, I got my brew. What you sipping, my brother? You sipping anything? Yeah, man. Um, one thing I hate in my life is people who play victim. You know what I'm saying? That shit that bothers me. Um, I agree, Tatted. See, here's the thing. I was gonna just like record a video and then post it. You know, edit some stuff. Pyru, salute. Yeah, right. um, I was just gonna film the video, then edit it, throw it out there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I figured I got things fresh on my mind now. It's relevant right now. I got a bunch of alerts. I was watching. Salute to Leak Moss out of Philly. I never heard Leak Moss. This last week and a half, I listened to a lot of Leak Moss. That dude's music is incredible, man. That's AR Ab's brother. That dude could rap. That dude could rap. So I'm sitting here on my YouTube for like the last few hours, and I'm trying to listen to some of the Leak Moss music, and I'm just getting these alerts on the topic. You know what I'm saying? I watched DME's blog earlier. First off, DME, you my brother and I love you, but you horrible, man. There he goes. DME, you horrible, man. You're sitting there trying to. First off, DME, I understand you get excited, you get a little out of control, but how about you read the statement first and then react to it? That way, people like me who don't got time to listen to you just do a whole bunch of fucking yelling every 2 words. I want to read the fucking statement first, and then I can say, okay, DME, now you react to the shit. Now I'm ready for your reaction. How am I supposed to have a reaction to fully understand what's going on if you flip out every 2 or 3 words? It's impossible, DME. Do us all a fucking favor, man. Don't do that. Pyru said DME is never wrong. All right, let's get to it. DME said if you don't have time to go to Twitter, don't watch it, DME. DME, but you supposed to be here informing us for the people who don't know. So you got people driving, you got people at work, you got people cooking, you got people doing all kind of other things who are just trying to listen to you. They don't got time to go on Twitter and do all of this. That's what they came to you for. To find out what the news is and what is your opinion on it, DME. Come on, man. I got time to hear you fucking ranting every 2 words on. DM me if you ain't see it. DM me flip the hell out because of this. I guess the format of the statement and the way they worded a few things. Lost his fucking mind. I'm just a YouTuber on your tear cop orders. You might be right, DME, but again, can you do me the favor next time? Read the fucking statement and then react, because I do want to hear your reaction. I want to hear what the hell you talking about first. Find out my homie is a freak. Listen, all right, so this is my opinion on it. Again, there are many people who've watched my blogs in the past and seen me point out multiple things that Norbes has done. And I understand that some people feel like uh it felt like Norbes was the key, so to speak, to URL, to them having a relationship with URL. There are plenty of people who don't like Norbes because of things that he's done, who have said a lot of things, and then they feel like they got to retract it, be nice, or not say it publicly because they have to worry about, Norbes either not giving them opportunities or telling people not to do interviews with them or so on and so forth, or URL not wanting to do interviews with them, or them possibly even to a point as people feeling like they possibly couldn't go to certain events because they was afraid they wasn't going to be allowed in the events. And I was always in a mind state, which I'm always, man, for the better part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Other than me being a child, I'm pretty sure I was like this mostly as a young kid as well. But I always didn't talk much. I used to listen to pay attention to what everybody got, what people are saying and doing, and then I come up with my opinion. Because when I give my opinion on something, I'm basing it off of what I'm seeing you doing and what I know you've done. Because sometimes you can see something and it might not be necessarily what you think it is. But when you dissect it and you take the information of other people around, you start seeing this shit. You like, yo, nah. Let's begin with how many times Norbes has sat there and disrespected y'all as fans. You are the person who's literally putting your money in his pocket, and the man will go on social media. The man will go on his own radio shows when he was doing the shows with Jesserican. The man will go any platform he possibly can and call you guys stupid and retarded. And from the beginning, that didn't sit well with me. You know what I'm saying? That didn't sit well with me. I don't want to name names because I don't want to put no certain shit on nobody, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna say it themselves. But I remember a specific battle rapper, possibly even two, that he was managing or was supposed to be managing. Either he was actually managing or he was like, they were trying to work it out or whatever the case. In which not only was he doing his job managing correctly, but it was almost like he just wanted to be known as a manager, but you do a bunch of the work. Or he was tapping into your personal life. And we'll get into one of them real soon, of what I'm talking about in terms of the personal life. He also came onto a radio show, Battle Rap Arena, and took over. And Jesserican let that shit happen because he felt like, oh, Norbes is this URL god. This is Norbes. Man, get the fuck out of here. Let me tell you, I don't care. I've met Smack. I've met Smack at a radio station. I know some of you guys have heard this plenty of times. I have an interview with Smack. I never put out because the audio wasn't good. I still have the pictures and all that shit of people took, or my homeboy took when I was interviewing Smack, when I was interviewing Beasley. But I haven't met them at a radio station. You know what I'm saying? And I never, in the 2 times that I saw them, other than the battle rap events, I always saw Smack and Beasley. I never saw Norbes around. And the thing with them was the way they approached everybody at that time, even though they've done some things too I didn't like later on. At that time, the way they approached everybody was like, A, you an actual person, and B, not like they were God. Not like you had to kiss the floor that they fucking walked on. You know what I'm saying? Anyone I've known, listen, I got offered, there was somebody close to, yeah, So there was somebody who was really close to one of his family members. I won't get into all of that. And they were like, "Yo, look, this is when I was putting a lot of interviews on my other YouTube channel, a lot of interviews with battle rappers. That's what made me do this channel. Was that the other channel people weren't interested in that, and that's when I created this one. Um, when that happened, they were like, "Yo, I'll get you these interviews, this, and this," and I was like, "Nah, I don't want the interview because the questions I'm gonna ask him and the stuff that I'm gonna bring to his attention is definitely gonna piss him off. And the other part is I don't want it to reflect on you. Because what I'm never gonna do is put to the side how this man has sat there and asked for sexual favors from chicks, how he was demanding nudes from chicks and all that in order for them to get to telling them he'll get them tickets if they send nudes and all that shit. Telling women, and I wish I could, I wouldn't ever do that, but I wish I could bring the female on for her to speak up. Him going, whether he was joking or not, the premise was not a joke. The premise was, yo, send me, oh, you really want these tickets? You got to send me nudes. And she was like, nah, whatever the case. And he was like, well, then I'm gonna make sure you can't even get in the event. He might have been joking about that part, but that other shit that he was doing, how I know he wasn't joking, is because it's been talked about plenty of times in the battle rap circle. The other thing that people forget is way before I ever turned any camera on, any phone on, whatever to film blogs, I have been going to battle rap events for a long time. I have been in a battle rap. I don't want to say circles like that because I'm not one of the friends with none of these motherfuckers. But I used to be around, and then I also had people who I was cool with who used to go to events way before I ever stepped foot in an event. And just things that they was always telling me. You know what I'm saying? A big part is I remember a group of guys saying how they booked Norbes to show up. He told them one price, then later on told them another. There was an issue with that, and what happened? He comes by, might have swooped up one or two of their guys, and their guys allegedly paid for PGs. Not only did they pay for PGs, but when they paid for PGs, the PG process wasn't like, you understand? I want to say it might have been the first or second class of the PGs, and they paid for looks. And what happens? Later on, they were told they had to pay more money. They had to pay their own flight. They had to, even to a point where, and there's other guys, you can find these videos online. There are guys who have came out and said, not only did they not make $1, they paid for their own traveling, paid for their own hotels, and on top of that, they weren't allowed to bring in a plus one. So let me get this straight. You get to throw an event where you put all these guys' names on the card. You get to charge whatever you want at the door. You don't have to give these guys no money. You don't have to give them no travel. And they have to pay if they want to bring their wife in with them. They want to bring their friend in with them. But you're Norbes of URL. Not only that, some of these guys paid you already for you to come down and watch them battle. Or leagues have done it. One of his good friends, and of course, I won't say the name at the moment. If you go listen to some of my podcasts or episodes or however you want to call these blogs in the past, he might have slipped up and said some shit. I know I definitely got another interview which I've never put out where he spoke on some of these things, where he spoke about how him and Norbes. I don't want to give it all away because I'm not sure what he said in interviews I put out. But I know I have an interview here where he speaks more on it. And what he says is how him and Norbes was actually friends. Norbes tells him something to the effect like, yo, I'm going to come do this event for you, whatever the case. When he finds out that the guy who's supposed to be his friend is doing the event in conjunction with another person, he charges him. Mind you, it's their first event. He charged them more money for him to show up to his very own friend. He charged his very own friend, who he said he would do it. He was going to do it until he found out dude was doing the event with somebody in conjunction with somebody else. He then charged them more money than the whole event cost to throw. Knowing that it cost more, that he charged more than what, and then when his homeboy was like, yo, man, but you really gonna charge me all that money? I believe he charged him $1,500. And he was like, yo, you really gonna charge me all that money? And the homeboy was just like, oh, don't look at it like I'm charging you the money. I'm charging him the money. Well, guess what? If me and him are partners, pause, if me and him is doing business together, then you charging me. If I put money together with you to throw this event, clearly whatever you come out and say after you told me you would do this for me, clearly now you are charging me. You think this guy is only coming out of his pocket? Look, because if you guys know anything, just the slightest about business, you need a budget. You need a budget. Hey, this is the amount of money we have. Within this amount, let's say it's 1,500. With 1,500, we have to be able to book a venue. We have to be able to, depending on the rules of the place, you might have to pay for them to have their security come in, or you have your security. I know none of our events really do that like that. Maybe the big events do, but you supposed to be getting event insurance. All these things cost. Possibly a sound system. There's plenty of venues, and I know because I've used venues before that charge you separately to use their sound equipment, separately for chairs, separately for everything. Yo, my man. So in this case, like, come on, that's not foul. And you telling me, oh, don't look at it like I'm charging you. Look at it like I'm charging him. What the? Okay. Let's talk about how many female battle rappers has hinted at him. Some of them have said it, and again, all this is online. Y'all go ahead and look for it. Have said about him coming at them on some sexual shit in order for them to get a chance at possibly being seen on URL, or possibly him connecting them to Queen in the Ring. Now, some of y'all gonna say, I don't see the problem with that. I see a fucking problem with that. Fam, it's a difference between you trying to holler at a bitch and her looking at this like, oh, you know what, this is an opportunity, might work. Opposed to you threatening her, and it happens in the music business a lot. When dudes threaten somebody to take their dream away from them, after they promise them all kind of shit, and then when the chick ain't willing to fuck or anything like that, now it's threatening to take their dream away from them, or threatening to take away the one thing that lured them in. Now, I won't say, because it's been alleged, it's been said in battles, and stuff like that. And I know someone personally who told me this is 100% fact, that there's a female battle rapper who was fucking with him for a while, and because she was trying to take advantage of the opportunities. From what I was told straight out this person's mouth, who was really close to him at the time, and I believe they're cool again, is that he basically put all that in front of her face, like, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you, I'll do this for you. Shorty was with it, and then from there, was just trying to milk the situation. I can't blame either one. If you come with her with a proposition and she's with it and she's gonna try to milk the system, I can't be mad at him if I ain't mad at her, right? Okay, y'all came to an agreement. This is what y'all gonna do. Fuck it. It is what it is. But when you dangle that in front of somebody, like, oh, the only way you gonna do this is if you do that, yo, my man, that's some pervert shit. That's some pervert shit. We can go back. We could go back a little bit more, right? There are Vlad TV interviews with Swave Sevah. There are Vlad TV interviews with Norbes. There are actually a lot of interviews out there, if you guys look, with different battle rappers bringing up, especially back in the day, this is, again, before the PG shit got popular, where guys talking about how my man was always the issue. And then basically you had to do whatever it is Norbes wanted you to do in order for you to allegedly have an opportunity. Even these big name guys who some of them was battling for free or for a very low price. And he was doing shit like that to them, fucking with them business-wise. And it's like, yo, my man, let me ask you a question. Like, why would I have to, especially at that time, you're trying to build a platform, right? But why would I have to deal with you on some sucker shit, especially if I'm battling either for the super low or battling for free? Excuse me, and these are big name guys. Go ahead and watch these interviews, how these guys talk about how he always was doing some snake shit. Let's reel it back to that radio show he was on, which wasn't his to begin with, but then he took it over, right? And again, these interviews, some of them I put out, some of them are out there. You can watch it for yourself of people talking about this shit. He went and not only took over this radio show, but when this dude, matter of fact, yeah, man, you know what? When this is over, I'm gonna put the link in the description. You can hear it out the dude's mouth. How Norbes told him he went and did an interview with Mav. The person I'm talking about. Well, anyway, I'm gonna put the link in the description so I can tell you. Jesserican talked about how he did an interview with Mav, and Mav also spoke about how he was about to battle Arsenal next on UDUBB. And Norbes went and told him he can't put that out because Mav talked about UDUBB. Well, man, how you sitting there telling people they can't put out footage or something like that? A, that you didn't shoot. B, it had absolutely nothing to do with you. How are you telling them at that point he wasn't even managing Mav no more? So how are you gonna sit there and tell me, hey, I got this dope ass interview with Mav, and at that time, you know, Mav was on that tear, man. That Mav had went like 13 straight battles on some crazy shit. This dude right here is putting in the work. Everybody's talking about him right now, and I can't put this interview out only because the dude mentioned that he's battling Arsenal and UDUBB. Not to mention how he's said in the past how anytime someone even mentioned King of the Dot or anything like that, they were shelving interviews just because the dudes mentioned it. Not that they even edit that part out or something. So supposedly he told me he's offered before the edit to get shit edited out, and they were like, nope, they spoke about it on there, dubbed the whole interview. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Now we'll move forward. The whole Jazz situation. A lot of y'all go, or again, all this information is online. I'm not telling you nothing. A lot of y'all probably don't know, or maybe some of you don't know about it. If I could find the video, because I had the video, I had the link. When this live is over, I'll go and put that in the description. There's a battle rapper by the name of Truth Watson, who's actually a very dope battle rapper. The dude is very dope. Basically, he starts dating Jazz. Norbes at the time supposedly is representing Jazz. Whether he was officially her manager or it was never on paperwork, whatever, that's in the air. I don't know that part. And what happens? Because because Jazz is dating Truth Watson, and Truth Watson was supposed to be doing some PGs. Norbes messed with his PGs opportunities many a times because he didn't want Jazz dating Truth Watson. Now, some of it is also online where people are alleging that it's because Norbes wanted Jazz. Now, I don't know about any of that, but I do know he was interfering with their personal relationships and their livelihood. And how you know this is true? Not only was a lot of people in the battle rap circuit talking about this, and you know, there's interviews about it, and there's even a blog. Which again, if I still have the link, I'll put it in the description. Y'all come back and check it out. Where Truth Watson himself is speaking on it. You can see he's frustrated, he's upset, and he starts telling y'all why the relationship between him and Norbes is the way it is. Let's fast forward to Norbes speaking on. We're gonna. It had to do with Cortez. Basically, the conversation was about how Cortez, because he's a Latino, doesn't get that much respect. And I've seen plenty of people say that. Oh, I can't listen to a Spanish battle rapper and all this. That shit sound corny and you're fucking racist. But that's enough. You saying I can't listen to somebody because their content doesn't do it for me, I don't like their flow, anything like that, cool. The moment you inject race into it, I don't even want to hear that shit no more. So bottom line, what happened was Norbes was having a conversation saying the whole thing about how Cortez doesn't get his respect because he's a Latino, this, and this, and how he deserves his respect and how we should be pushing him forward. Okay. Look what happened with Loso. I don't know if y'all remember, but he went on a whole Twitter rant going off on Loso because Loso, when they was trying to figure out the PG thing, you gotta understand something. Loso was doing numbers on King of the Dot, was doing numbers on RB, was doing numbers on Bullpen. He didn't need URL. Just how I feel about A Ward. I'm happy A Ward hasn't done the PG yet because of that. It's not about doing the PG. It's about the disrespect that comes along with it. My man, I'm coming to you already with a fan base. See, because Norbes would sit there and again, he said this in multiple interviews. You can go and watch it. The man sat here, he be having dudes do 3 and 4 PGs. But then stood there and told people, and he said it on interviews, that he knows within 30 seconds or not, if he wants to, when you start rapping, he knows within the first 30 seconds if you talented or not, if he wants you on URL or not, if he wants to rock with you or not. He said that out of his own mouth on multiple interviews. Go ahead and go look for it. So if you know all of that, why you got these guys doing 3 and 4 PGs for? You already know you're not gonna rock with them. So when a guy like Show Off and Adi Boom, I know y'all not rocking with Adi Boom right now, but me neither, to be honest. But when you look at all these talented guys, these guys already had a buzz going for themselves. Not as much as Loso did, in my opinion. Not as much as Loso did, right? And we'll get back to the Loso part. But these guys are doing PGs and the footage is never coming out. But yet they showed up to the door with a bunch of their homeboys who bought tickets to come in. That's not wrong. These guys paying all this money to travel to your PG. They even paying you for PG opportunities. They can't bring one person in with them. Some of them are showing up with groups of people. Yo, my man, you can't drop that footage at least? What's the point? So you're making all this money at the door, so on and so forth. If you throw events like I used to throw events, you know, there's even deals you make with the bars. Not all bars, but majority of the bars, you make a deal with them. Either you gotta, people have to buy a certain amount, or you're gonna have to pay for it, or you make a deal with them where after they make a certain amount, you can make some money off of it as well. So it's not just the door. Not only that, it's boosting your notoriety, right? Because you're doing this off the URL name, you're associated with URL. So okay, hey Norbes, guess what? I'm gonna pay you all this money for you to show up to this event. Then I'm gonna pay you extra money for you to give me a PG opportunity. Then I'm gonna pay my travels and all that for me to get there. Oh, by the way, I'm bringing 5 to 10 people in this motherfucker with me, but everyone has to pay. But you can't drop my footage? Back to the Loso thing. You sitting there telling Loso, because Loso ain't, and this is what I was telling everybody. What Loso wasn't saying, Loso didn't say y'all won't do the PG. He's saying, if I'm gonna do the PG, let me do it on a Born Legacy, or let me, again, these interviews are out there. Excuse me. Let me do it on a Born Legacy. Let me do it on a Gnome. The Gnome thing came later, but first it was like, let me do it on a Born Legacy or one of these events, a Traffic or something like that. And Norbes went on a whole rant and even said in the interview saying, well, if he doesn't do it like this, well, then he's lost his opportunity with me. I'll never do anything with. I'll never do any negotiations or business with him, so on and so forth. Right? Went on this whole rant. Went as far, and he's done this to A-Ward also. Went as far as to got on Twitter and talked about how bad these guys are at rapping and all that. If that's the case, why you want them on your PG so bad? And let me tell you why. They come with a built-in name. A guy like B-Dot. B-Dot had a whole lot of views. The Danny Myers battle, so on and so forth. Especially on social media, had a lot of views. World Star had a lot of views. So he's showing up already with a fan base. So you know, if Loso has a fan base already, if Show Off has a fan base already, if fucking A-Ward has a fan base already, if B-Dot, all these guys already have a fan base. You know, if you put their name at the top of a PG card and you sitting there charging people $25 to $30 to come in, you're gonna make your money. Especially when, and I know for a fact, because I'm telling you, the person close to told me, some events that they threw together, they never even paid to rent the bar that they used. So you pocketing all that fucking money, but you can't put their footage out. Or guys like Loso and on, they can't ask for more. You're really upset and went on these Twitter rants because you couldn't make money off of them. Let's talk about Asylum the Crow. Salute to Asylum the Crow. You don't know who he is, go check him out. Did a 1SK also on RBE. But salute to Asylum the Crow. The guy was promised that his footage was going to come out. Weeks and weeks dragged on, and he's not the only person. I'm just using this as an example. Weeks and weeks drag on. No footage. Call, text, either you being ignored or when they finally speak to you, Norbes is, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. It never happens. The man comes out and tells Norbes, yo, if you're not going to put, it's been months now. If you're not, I think at that point it might have been a year, but let's just say months. If you're not going to put the footage out, let me buy the footage off of you. Yo, that's not crazy to y'all? This dude telling him, no, you can't buy the footage off him. So I can't buy my battle off of you. But you're not going to put my battle out, and I didn't make not a dollar off any of this shit, but I paid for my traveling and all of that. Brought people through the door. But I can't get my footage. Now, here's the thing about the footage. Should Norbes have just given him the footage? Maybe not. If you want to say, yo, Jay, he shouldn't have just gave him I won't argue with that. I understand that. You paid the cameraman, allegedly, which I found out a lot of times the dudes was filming shit for free for them, but that's another subject. SD cards cost. Oh, there's different costs that goes into all of this, so I understand that. But the man is sitting there and telling you, I'll buy the battle off you. I'll give you a stack. I'll give you more than a stack. Yo, you mean to tell me that footage is worth more than a stack to you that you're not going to put out? And if the guy isn't a good rapper, because then he goes and slanders him too. Well, if the guy ain't a good rapper and he thinks too much of himself, sell that man his fucking footage. Sell him the footage. You're never gonna put it out? Sell him the fucking footage, man. So, if you don't get the point that I'm trying to make, is this man has played puppet master plenty of times with people's careers in one way or another. But yet I'm seeing people, and even him, did y'all read his statement? His statement, he's sitting there talking about, oh, whether you hate me or love me, goes on and on and on, plays the victim role, and then comes out and goes, oh, I don't rock with URL no more. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't rock with URL no more. Does everybody not know why that statement came out? This dude is talking about he was scouting talent, it's URL for life, and what happens? A few hours later, they putting out tweets like, yo, we telling y'all now, if you haven't spoke to any of these scouts and named the scouts, well, excuse me, the road to URL don't go through anybody else. But you, in your statement today, you talking about, oh, I don't rock with URL no more. No, you got fired. It says in your statement, it was a unanimous decision by the people involved to get you the fuck up out of here. And you talking about, I don't rock with URL no more. My man, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. If we rock with you, and then one day we don't rock with you, you don't get to turn around and say, yo, I don't rock with those dudes no more. The fuck out of here. No, we kicked you to the curb, my man. You ain't have a choice. You ain't have a choice. But let's get into that bullshit that he did to NJT. First off, in no way am I going to sit here and ever stick up for NJT other than this situation. And even in this situation, it's hard for me to stick up for him because he shouldn't have did it in the venue that he did it, knowing that caffeine situation was a huge situation. Do I think that he should have been punished? He should have definitely been punished. Definitely. They shouldn't have, me personally, I wouldn't have allowed him on that stage that day. That's just my opinion. But fam, think about it for a second. You think you are close friends with somebody, or at least good friends. You go on double dates and all kind of shit like that. And this whole time this dude is trying to get at your woman? Sending her DMs and texts and all kind of wild shit? Asking her to send nudes and all kind of... Are you fucking crazy? and then you sit there and take your chick's phone and all that shit after she shows you, and now you're talking to the dude yourself. You know how crazy that? Listen, if you ask me, what happened to Norbes was definitely embarrassing, but I felt he got off easy. That's my opinion, and I don't wish. Listen, I don't wish to see that man get hurt. I'm saying he deserved the time people put hands on him. What about the other situation? I believe it happened in Texas. What, right? It was one of them PG dudes. Was it Dallas Cat? No, let me not say that because I don't even know if it was him. Anyway, it was a dude. We'll put that. I did a blog where I used some of the footage too, where he got beat up on some shit. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all another story. But hold on. And this is a factual story, but let's get back to that situation. You was hiding behind garbage cans and all that when they swung on your ass. Cause you got, for two things. You got a loose mouth and you like to play guard. I wish that man would sit there and be honest and tell people the honest point on why that happened. And again, if you want to know why that happened, again, there's interviews and blogs from these people who was involved online. Go ahead and look for it yourself. I'm not telling you nothing that ain't out there already. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the story I'm going to tell y'all because I don't want to feel like I'm betraying the trust. But I'm pretty sure that this person would admit, which he has to other people. He just never, that I know of, he's never done it on camera or anything, so I don't want to put too much out there. But I'll say this. Again, when it came to an event that his friend threw, and his friend had to pay him to be there after he said he would be there, there was an incident where a battle rapper was booked to do that event. And on the day of the event, the battle rapper doesn't show up because he was told by Norbes that if he did the battle, Norbes or URL ain't fucking with the dude. The dude doesn't show up. The dude was paid by his opponent for him to show up. It didn't happen. And what happened? Norbes' friend, and I'm not going to say the name, ended up getting swung on behind that shit. Was there an apology? Was there anything? No. The dude was actually called all kind of insulting things when he brought the situation up. So don't go looking online and seeing his statement and then want to tell me, oh Jay, oh you're being foul, you're kicking a man while he's down. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. How are you kicking somebody when they're down when they're the one who created the situation? When somebody run around doing a bunch of fuck shit, how you when something comes back to them, how are you wrong now? How are they the victim? I want to know. I want to know. I'm gonna have a drink for you, Norbes. Now let's get to how he's treated media. You know, this dude that sat there and called everybody retarded. He said a lot of things about a lot of media personalities and how bloggers are this. And I remember him saying, "Oh, how bloggers were scared to come to events," and I was laughing because I'm like, "Yo, Norbes, since when have you tough? Do we see? Here's the thing: you don't know people, right? For all I know, Pyro Pancakes. For all I know, Pyro Pancakes is a stone cold killer. Now, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. He looked like he runs around painting his own toenails and shit like that. But he might have been a stone cold killer. At one point in his life, he might have had a situation that changed his mentality and said, you know what? I'm no longer like that anymore. I struggle with that. I struggle with putting the past me to the side to have to become the new me, right? But Pyro Pancakes, please stop with the damn nail polish and shit like that. You're a grown-ass man, dog. So for all we know, Norbes was some sort of tough guy back in the day. I don't know. But I don't never get that vibe from him. Cool, you never know what people are capable of, right? That's fair. But when they had you running behind them trash cans, what? Not the same dude who was telling dudes they scared to say shit in your face and show up at events and all of that, right? So do you understand? Just like myself, if I put out a certain energy, should I expect people to respond to it one way or another? Because where I come from, I was born in the Bronx, I was raised in East Harlem. I lived in different boroughs, I was raised in East Harlem. Everywhere I went, you had to back up all the shit that came out your mouth. So all that tough guy talk, all that sitting there calling people all kind of names, so on and so forth, and then telling people they scared to show up somewhere. Guys like me will purposely show up because now you got to do everything you said. That's just what it is. So when I see you hiding behind trash cans, or when I see you on the floor and you're fucking you got your whole ass out, pause, you got your ass out, and you're calling on the floor asking somebody, what are you doing? He's fucking you up. What are you? He's fucking you up. What are you doing? The fuck it seem like he's doing? I got a lot more shit to say, man. I don't feel like I need to keep doing that. Scotty said, don't forget he shot himself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I don't know that he did, man. I know that was what people were saying. You know, I don't know if that's true or not. And if y'all saw something in that video I didn't see, maybe them stains was just there from right before the ass whipping happened. But this I understand people are not at this point just gonna listen to what I'm saying and not get what I'm trying to really convey. And again, the big part of what I'm saying is I don't wish bodily harm on people who've never personally done things to me, or people who haven't done certain things. Now that whole sexual predator kind of thing that he be doing, I don't fucking like that. I have a problem with that. And I have a major problem when you're dangling people's dreams in front of their face for sexual favors. But hey, I wish that man, and I'm happy that night he was able to get home to his kids. Whether it was that night or whatever, I was happy he was able to get home to his kids. I don't want to see somebody die over something like this. But the reality is real. The reality is that things could have really went a whole lot worse. I thought he got it easy that night, to be honest. But this comes from years and years of shit that you've done. Tell a story on how I was arrested at least once or twice. Ended up beating the case, or in one situation I had to do a whole bunch of community service in a situation. I don't smoke weed or anything like that. I used to when I was way younger. But at the point that I got arrested for weed, it really wasn't mine. I was sitting in my homeboys. It was a bunch of us. We were sitting in the car, drinking. The car was parked. We were just drinking there, and the person who owned the car. This is like we're going into like September, October. So I had a leather jacket on, Averex, one of my favorite Averexes that I had on, and we're sitting there drinking, and my homeboy's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go walk to the store. Let me borrow your jacket." That's the person whose car it was, who was in the driver's side. And I was sitting in the passenger, and my homeboys were standing on the sidewalk. And we had the music going, we drinking. I said, fuck it, I loan him the jacket so you can go. When he comes back, gives me the jacket, it's all good. A situation goes down, me and my homeboy get in an altercation with some people, with some, not even the altercation. We slapped up some fucking crackhead, right? Which at the time we didn't really know he was a crackhead, but that's another story. So we end up slapping somebody up. The police see it because they were watching us. And the police run down on us. Boom. They thinking they got us on all kind of shit. They don't find nothing. Tear up the car. They really ripping out cushions and all kind of wild shit. Can't find nothing, right? Cool. Mind you, we had one of them things in a bag close there, and I'm like, fuck, yo, like these dudes they're gonna find that shit. Nah. So they searched me. I'm thinking we good money. I'm out of here. One of the dudes who showed up with my homeboy throws his blunt on the floor right next to us. So the cop walks up and sees it on the floor, grabs my homeboy and starts arresting my homeboy. And it wasn't my homeboy shit. It was his home. It's one of their other friends who they brought along. It was his blunt. Instead of him throwing it towards the street, the motherfucker throws it right on the side, right next to my homeboy's leg. Boom. So they start arresting him. So they pat us down multiple times. Don't find nothing. I'm thinking I'm cool. I know I ain't had nothing on me. I'm good. The police go. The captain rolls up. The captain's like, yo, nah, searched him again because I smell the weed. They like, nah, the weed is on the floor. He goes, nah. All right. They grab me, and again, dude goes, yo, when I look into your, he goes, take your jacket off. He goes, yo, when I look into his, am I going to find anything? If I don't find nothing, I'm going to just let y'all go. I'm like, cool. I know I ain't going to find nothing. Go ahead, take the shit. Nah, what happened? They go in there, find bags of weed. It wasn't me. I don't smoke the shit. And at that time, I wasn't selling the shit. Damn, then it clicked on me. Fuck, I just loaned him my fucking jacket and shit. What happens? I go to jail for this shit. And I'm getting community service and have to pay some fines and shit. You know, dumb shit. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there in jail for some shit I ain't do. Not only did I shut the fuck up, but I'm sitting there like, damn, this is karma. Look at all the shit I got away with. Look at all the shit I got away with. So now I got to sit here and pay this fucking ridiculous ticket. And a lot of people like, oh, you should make your homeboy pay that. No, it was a karma situation. All the shit that I've done. Not only that, I should have checked the fucking jacket. But all the shit that I've done. This is all I got was having to pay this fine and do like fucking, 4 days of community service or some shit like that for a few bags of weed and shit like that. Yo, cool. So when you see the man get his ass whipped a little bit, y'all say it was his things. Or I see the man get chased around a damn garbage can. I'm like, yo, he deserves that little bit. Just that little bit. That's it. But you would think it would have woke that man up. That shit ain't wake that man up. Another thing I want to just address with everybody is just, I see people online talking about, I seen one or two people actually at ARP and tell ARP, yo, Norbes is connected. You should add Norbes to your staff. Let me tell you something. I'm keeping this 100% real. If I see that RBE or King of the Dot take Norbes on as a partner or anything in any capacity, I'm not supporting that event. I'm not. That man has shitted up and down on them platforms. That dude has helped block so many battles, which you've heard battle rappers speak on it, that Norbes has had plenty to do with that. But not only has he blocked those battles and done all that fuck shit, the truth of the matter is that man has talked down on them to a ridiculous degree. And what makes you think that the shit that he was doing with URL, he won't turn around to do with you guys' brand on the line? And one of the reasons why I respect King of the Dot and I respect RBE the way that I do is that anytime I've been at any events, anytime I've had a problem with a pay-per-view, anytime there's been any issue, them guys never talk to me like I wasn't shit. And this is not just me. I'm speaking for me. But when you hear so many people talk about their experiences with King of the Dot, their experiences with RBE, one of the reasons why people revere them in the way they do, especially RBE, is because they speak on how highly they are treated. How they are treated when they either show up to the venue or speak on a pay-per-view if there was any sort of issue, anything like that. Same thing with merchandise. When there's ever been an issue, I've never heard anybody say, yo, these dudes treated me like this and like this. Never. But you've heard OD stories and heard the man say it out with your own ears out his fucking mouth on how you stupid, you fans are dumb, you fans are retarded, so on and so forth. So you ain't gotta share my opinion. You can look at me and be like, yo, Jay, you sound like a hater. Yo, all right. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's my money. And I know we had this conversation across the board when it comes to URL. How they've done and their staff has done plenty of shit that has shitted on you fans, but y'all continue to support them. I am not one of them kind of people, and you guys know that. So if you do some fuck shit, all right, you can try to get past it. You do it again, yo, my man, we gotta address this. After that, oh nah. Not doing that. So in terms of this, I understand a small league getting involved with Norbes. I can understand that. In terms of these bigger platforms, man, if y'all go and get involved with him, I'm telling you right now, I'm not supporting anything you're doing. And I know it doesn't really matter. I don't have a huge channel. I don't I'm not at every event. I'm not paying these ridiculous stage passes all the time, which I do pay my fair share. I mean, most of the time in VIP or on stage at battles. If not, I'm in the crowd. Like, I don't care. I don't really care. I just prefer to be in VIP, or I'll pay the extra money to be and get those experiences rather than being in general admission, general population. That's that jail shit. But I'd rather be right there, right at the battles, or I'd rather be in a VIP where I'm able to sit down for a while because events can be fucking brutal on you. But I'm not doing any of that. And also, it's happened plenty of times where I also purchased the pay-per-view to the same event that I was at. And if I don't purchase the pay-per-view outright, I will get with one of my homeboys and we'll go half and half on the event, man. So at the end of the day, I'm a supporter. I buy merch. I do, I don't believe, and I say this in a positive way, I don't think I'm as big as a supporter as DME is. Because DME will not only buy all the pay-per-views, go to events, but he'll buy everybody's fucking merch. I'm buying, well, he DME got that Arab money. You know what I'm saying? I can't buy all y'all merch. I got the Puerto Rican and the projects money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have Bar 7 Arab money. You know what I mean? But I do support as much as I possibly can on merch and everything else. And I feel as a supporter of you guys, and one of the rare people who have spoken up on plenty of you guys events in terms of your King of the Dot and RBE. Like I said, if you involve Norbes with an event, I'm not supporting that event. At least no time soon. But I just don't see it happening, man. All right. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on there. I had a few other things I want to talk about, but I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk about that. I had you guys almost an hour on here. Salute to everybody who's rocked with me in the past, who's rocked with me on this video, who will continue to support me. I appreciate you. Just know this virus shit is real. Do everything you can, all the precautions to save you and your family as much as possible. Salute to everybody. Please be safe and be blessed, man. For real. For real. It's not a game out here. Got family members who's passed away. I have family members who are fighting it. And I just spoke to my uncle a little while ago who actually beat the virus. Thank God. Thank God. We're just blessed in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the chat. Mo Skrilla, DME, Scotty, Vigil, Tatted was in here. J Biz, Pyro Pancakes. Everybody who's in the chat. All right. Salute.